So, to preface this video, I am not a gamer, I do not play video games, I have never finished a video game, I'm trying to change that, but I don't play video games. I've never played The Last of Us games, so this is not going to be a review of how well it is as an adaptation. It's going to be basically how I thought it was as a show. So, hello there, my name is Jaden, and welcome back to Boston? Today we're going to be talking about HBO's adaptation of the smash hit game series, The Last of Us. I knew this was coming out. I know the basic premise of The Last of Us. I think it's like an apocalypse game, but I also know it has something to do with the relationship between Joel and Ellie. Joel in the TV show, played by Pedro Pascal, and Ellie, played by Bella Ramsey, I think. I had no real personal background with the games. I've seen people play it. One of my friends... Oh, this is really bright light. One of my friends plays it. It's one of her favorite games, I believe. So I was really interested to see what the show was. After watching it, I really want to play the games. It looks so interesting because usually apocalyptic stuff is very hit or miss with me. However, considering it had such a big following, I wanted to see what that was all about, and I wasn't disappointed. It just came out tonight at the time of recording this. I don't know if the video is coming out tonight, but if it does, wonderful. I don't know what I was expecting, but I'm glad it was what it was, because this thing is almost a feature film length. It is feature film length. It's a hour and 20 minutes, and to be honest, when it first opened and we're following like this girl who turns out to be the main character's daughter, I was confused, but also I knew it was leading up to something, because it's one of those things where it doesn't feel like it could be a part of a game. There's a lot of the stuff in this episode, I don't know if it's just this episode, and I don't know what was actually part of the games, but a lot of it, like specific shots, a lot of dialogue, which is both a good and a bad thing. Sometimes it's super, not stiff, but super, it can kind of... Yes, this was based off a game. It can kind of it took me out of it a little bit. But there's a lot of stuff that you could see was a part of the games. However, the backstory, the first maybe 20 minutes, I think, one of my friend who plays it said the first 20 minutes or so isn't actually a part of the games. So I thought that was interesting. I really like the amount of backstory, because when the payoff actually happens around half hour into the episode, you're already attached to it, because I think some stuff that happens, and I'm not paraphrasing, I'm being very vague in case you haven't played the games, or aren't familiar and you're wondering if you should watch the show. I don't know why you're coming to this video, but yeah. There's stuff that happens, you're built with an attachment to the characters already, because these characters are people. You see the human aspects of them. Like, Pedro Pascal I'm so glad they chose him. I don't know how accurate of a role he is to the games, but he is just so, like, warm, and he has such, like, a father-like figure, and it really works. He just has that nice, comfy vibe. Also, considering from what I've seen, the vibes look like... Oh, I hate that I'm talking about this, but the show looks like it's gonna have some really stellar vibes, man. Okay. But the cinematography... all the HBO shows, whether you like them or not, have a good chance of having great cinematography. There's a lot of handheld shots in this, but it really helped with the world building. It really helped immerse you in it. And then the opening title sequence, really cool. Something I really wanted to talk about, sorry, this is all over the place, but this is like initial reaction, so it's super, yeah. But the main thing I want to touch on is the world building and the set design especially the set design. The set design and like the SFX and makeup artwork is so good. It really. There's some things in like some apocalypse movies where it doesn't really work, where it kind of makes it look weird, look artificial, but for some reason, considering it's a TV show, I lowered expectations a little bit. It really felt like 20 years went by since the beginning. It's a really good show. Like I said, it really makes me want to play the games, and the girl who plays Ellie, Bella Ramsey, does such a great job. She is... I honestly thought that she was going to be like one of the annoying, like, smart-ass child characters, but she got likable as the episode went on, and the cliffhanger this episode leaves off on, I'm so pumped for the next episodes. I heard that the game is heartbreaking. I know about a couple spoilers that happens later on, but from this episode alone, I can tell this is going to be a really fun show to watch. A really good show. I can tell it's going to be a really good show. Yeah, but probably the only thing I have an issue with is that it kind of meanders a little bit. But eventually that pays off. It's a slow burn. That's quick warning. It's a slow burn episode. And then there's one shot that is horrifying, and I watched it in the dark without my fan on, so I was like sweating under my blanket and stuff. It was such a great episode of TV, and I go watch it. It deserves all the hype, and I'm glad that a game that is very story driven is getting an adaptation, because I love Mortal Kombat, but when I tried to watch a movie, it was boring. If there's no story, don't try to make a story. Like the Super Mario movie, they're trying to make a story, but they're taking the bare minimum premise of the games and making it into a movie. So I hope this is going to be something. This is going to be the year. Last year it was like the year of comebacks. It was the year not of originality, but where like smaller movies were getting bigger things, and also where people were getting their comic book fatigue. So I hope that this is the year of accurate and respectful video game adaptations that will make people want to play video games, because it used to be like video games ruin people. And now it's specifically Fortnite. Fortnite, and then just being on your phone in general. I really want to start getting into playing some video games, because I got a PS4. I got some games. I need to get into it, because last year I watched too many movies. I'm trying to do it again, but, I gotta get some other stuff out of the way too. I started watching Lost. This turned me, sorry. But I think one of the goals of the show was also introducing it to new people, and I feel like I'm a part of that part of the demographic. So I personally enjoyed it. They're gonna get my money off it. So yeah, but go watch The Last of Us Episode 1 on HBO Max currently, and I think it comes out every, Sunday? I'm not sure. It comes out weekly, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm not gonna give it a rating, because it's just one episode, and I feel like I'd rather give it over the whole season. But I think if I like the show enough, I might be doing this regularly, and when I eventually play the games, I don't think I'm gonna make a game through, because I am a really boring person to watch play video games. I can't do commentary tracks of movies, because a lot of stuff sounds funnier in my head, but then when I try to say it, it doesn't. Like, I'm rambling right now, and imagine that for like 3 hours. I don't think that I could do that, but I can do reviews on it. I don't know. But yeah, so that's all I have for you guys today. Sorry I haven't posted in a while. I've been trying to find stuff to post, and I want to kind of go back to this type of unscripted content because the writing videos is very difficult. However, the product is better, but then I also want to do some stuff where it's just raw and just getting my personal opinions out. And I think I might be doing more initial reaction stuff because this is all my opinion right now. And I'm gonna go watch other people's opinions after this and see how it compares to mine. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay gold, everyone. Now it's time to go to sleep. Toodles.